Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. My name is Jared Lee, and I'm joined, as usual, by my lovely wife, Jamie Lee. So, Jamie, how you doing?
Pretty well. How are you?
Well, we're both doing much better. So, first off, just apologies. We did not get an episode out last week. Neither of us were in I would say, a state to be recorded. If we did record, it would not have been a good show. So, a sickness ran through our house last week, but we're all feeling better.
Thank goodness.
we are. That is why we didn't have a show last week. So apologies there, but everybody's doing much better. And I would like to say it's been relaxing, but it's been very hot.
While we were sick last week?
Yeah, it's been, I think the heat index, what is it, like 110 degrees right now?
Yeah, it's pretty hot right now. It's actually hotter here than it is in Orlando.
Yeah, it's a little bit much, and the air conditioning is struggling. It's doing what it can, but it is struggling. Normally the upstairs doesn't really struggle at all, and it has been struggling as well. So it's been very, very hot, but we're all feeling much better and ready to record. So
Yes.
Hopefully all the sicknesses are gone and no more kids come to dance camp sick and spread it to everybody else.
Because that is what happened in our case.
That's exactly what happened.
Yes.
In which we didn't know that until after the fact, and our daughter told us, and I was like, oh, that's why.
Yeah.
But today we do have some news we're going to talk about. We have a new thing that was announced coming to Hollywood Studios. That's very interesting. Then there's, of course, the Halloween Foodie Guide that comes out every year. And then we have our discussion, which is very similar to what we had on the Universal show, which are the best quiet places in Walt Disney World. So if you're looking to get away from people, as theme parks can be very people-y at times.
Yeah.
These are some places we have found over the years, whether that's just to get away from the crowds or maybe you have a little one, you want to find a place to have a nap. That's always something that, when you got a little one, always looking for places in the parks for that. These will all be places that you can do that in the parks. So that's what we're going to go over today. But before we get to the news, just want to remind everybody, if you are watching us on YouTube, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. And if you're not watching us on YouTube and you didn't know we had video versions of the show or show clips over on YouTube, you can catch it over at CTM Podcast over on YouTube. And of course, you're listening on good old trusty audio podcast form. You can find us on all the major platforms there that we are on all of those. We just ask you to please subscribe and leave us a review if you are able to. Helps us continue to grow the show. And or you can do both, subscribe on audio and on video. Either way, one or the other, we'd be very appreciative of that, and would be forever in your debt if you would do so there. So, all right, well, let's get on with the news. So the first one we have is that there is a new attraction that is coming into Hollywood Studios, and this is actually replacing Star Wars Launch Bay, and it's all about Walt Disney Animation.
This is really exciting. I didn't see this coming, really. And we have talked about how much that we think Star Wars Launch Bay is just so misplaced.
Doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense to have it there. I mean, at one point, it served its purpose, but now that Galaxy's Edge is open, okay, why is it here? So they're actually going to turn it back into what it kind of originally was, and that was the animation building. It's an animation courtyard. It's going to be about animation, and this one is called The Magic of Disney Animation. And it's coming in 2026, so pretty quickly. Doesn't say when in 2026. I'm guessing toward the end of 2026.
I bet you they want this open by the summer.
So you think it's just a year?
I think that's what they're aiming for, and it doesn't mean that's when it's going to be done. But I think ideally they would want this ready by next summer.
Yeah. I mean, maybe. That'd be great. That'd be great to get it done quickly. But so basically, this is what they say on Disney Parks blog as what it's going to be. It says, our story in this newly imagined space begins as the animators have temporarily stepped away, but the building is still buzzing with activity as the characters have come to life and they're ready to play. Inside, you will interact with and explore silly takes on the iconic Disney Animation headquarters, including the many different studio departments. Only this time, some of our favorite pals have taken over to create the fun adventures. You have portraits that come to life before your eyes, like in Once Upon a Studio short that was very popular. You'll even pencil in some time to learn how to draw your own character sketch, which is like animation experience vibes. There's also going to be a Drawn to Wonderland playground That'll be oversized flower garden with musical instruments, a Mad Tea Party playset, and exploration area. So there's a lot of that. And then there's going to be more, obviously, but like that's just kind of the basis of what they said. It's just going to be very, very interactive, very animated based, and great for kids. So
they're also bringing back the Sorcerer's Hat and putting that back there. And they also did say, I think there's going to be a new Disney Junior dance party type thing, like the show.
Yeah.
I think they're revamping that and more.
Again.
Right. And just more, I think they also said something about more character interactions or roaming characters, which I think that would be a great thing. I actually think this is great. I was actually very upset when they got rid of the animation part to begin with, because as a kid, I always liked that. I've always loved to draw. And now that like our daughter loves to draw, I think this is something that like she'll enjoy. I'll enjoy it. Kids in general will enjoy this. So it's kind of back to the roots a bit of what Hollywood Studios was. And I think it makes way more sense than Launch Bay, because Launch Bay made sense whenever it was there before Galaxy's Edge opened. It gave you a Star Wars presence in the parks, but Launch Bay's been, or Galaxy's Edge has been open for like, what, 7 years now?
Six
years
in August, yeah.
And it's still there. And then you also, I mean, I love Star Tours, but you got Star Tours, you have Launch Bay, and then you have Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
And none of them are intertwined. So it always is kind of weird. I do hope perhaps this could mean some changes are coming to Galaxy's Edge, because this was the only place where you could actually meet Darth Vader and some of the characters. So perhaps, you know, they open up Galaxy's Edge to include all eras of Star Wars, prequel, original trilogy, and the sequel trilogy. Maybe even, I would love for them to get back to Jedi Academy that they had as well over by Star Tours.
Oh, the training.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they haven't brought that back. But
yeah,
in terms of this alone, I think this is a good move.
Listen, they're going to add in more greenery, more trees, more like a park kind of inside animation courtyard. Because like right now when you walk in, it's just a big open space.
Yeah.
Lots of concrete. But they're going to actually add it in a little more greenery and stuff. Now, the show building for Disney Junior is going to stay like it is, I'm assuming. And they're going to add the Sorcerer's Hat. But also they're taking down the archway that says, I think it just says Hollywood Studios, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Okay, so they're taking that down completely. And this is going to kind of emulate the Burbank Studios, the Walt Disney Studios. Takes inspiration from that back in California. So it's supposed to kind of look similar to that, which is kind of cool. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I think this is something, it's a quick turnaround type thing. And I think the reason they're probably doing this is, if you look at so far this summer, attendance has not been great. I know touring plans talked about it. I think it's the lowest they've seen this summer attendance since like 2022, like back near like the COVID times. And so I think you could see them do more of these type things where they have these kind of quick turnarounds to try and have new things to open in the parks, because I think they're playing for this summer with basically some of those new shows and the Starlight Parade that's premiering, that's coming up very soon. They were hoping that was really going to push crowds in, and along with the discounts, and so far that has not come to fruition. So I think they're looking at this as a way they can have some brand new offerings in the park that are not just these shows and parades, to try and, you know, especially with like kids and that younger demographic. They're kind of taking this area, which is already kid centric here anyways, just kind of doubling down into it. And when you talk about Hollywood Studios already, outside of this area of the park, there's not a ton of stuff for kids necessarily, like younger kids. So I think it makes a lot of sense to double down into that in this area as well. So I think it'll probably be pretty cheap to do. I don't know how much stuff they're going to have to change over in what was Launch Bay. But, yeah, I mean, I think given the circumstances for what it is and going back to the roots, I think this is actually a really good move.
Yeah, and Disney Junior Play and Dance will be closing September 25th, along with like Animation Courtyard in general, so Launch Bay as well. Little Mermaid show, just newly open. It is not going anywhere. It is staying.
Yeah.
Obviously.
That would be weird if it went away. But,
And then Walt Disney Presents, which kind of backs up into that, and the exit is right by Launch Bay is right now. That is staying as well, so like don't have to worry about that. But yeah, so that's exciting. You know, if they're gonna get rid of, you know, put in the Monsters Inc. area, put it in the Muppets area, then I'm glad they're doing something with this, because that was the whole thing. Like, okay, is Monsters Inc., is it going in here? where is it going in Muppets? Because like there was 2 different concept arts, and we're like, what? We don't know what's going on. So I feel like this was a good decision. You know what I
Well,
mean?
and
Like,
I said the whole time, the reason they didn't put Monsters Inc. in this area is because behind Launch Bay, you have a whole bunch of break rooms, just administrative buildings, and they would have had to have torn all those down and rebuilt them somewhere else. So this makes use of that space without going into those areas that are there for like cast members and stuff. So
yeah.
I said all along, I didn't think they were going to put Monsters Inc. here for that reason, but putting this here, it does give them another thing they can tout as an experience. And I actually think that, again, this is something I think that will appeal to a lot of, especially kids and families.
Yeah.
And
it harkens back to the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids playground, where it has everything is like bigger because you're shrunk down. So
well, and like I think the play area will be indoors, which
I
is
think so.
I would
should
assume
be.
the concept art looked like it would be, which is great for whenever it's hot, and the kids love a place to run around.
Yeah.
So I think this. I mean, I don't know how much this will cost. Probably not that much money to do that, nor that much time.
Mm-hmm.
And I always like when Hollywood Studios kind of gets back to its roots a bit, as this park kind of has a park, doesn't really know what it is at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it really ever had a strong identity, considering how it was built. Eisner built it basically as he had learned about Universal Studios building a park, and he was like, no, we're going to beat them to the punch. And it was very quickly thrown together.
It was a working studio. I mean, they did produce things there.
Right.
I remember when it was the original animation, not experience, but attraction. I can't remember what it was called, but we used to be able to go in there and see actual animators like working.
Yeah.
It was the coolest thing ever. But that was a long time ago. Long time ago. So let's put the animation back into Animation Courtyard.
Well, and I still love when they do that for like the Arts Festival or Festival of the Arts, when they have that over at Animal Kingdom where you sit down and draw with the animators and draw different.
Mm-hmm.
I still love doing that. So I think bringing that over here and doing that is that's a good thing.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I'm all for it. I think that's a smart move. So.
Absolutely.
I think you may see them do some other things very similar to this in other parks though too.
Oh,
these
quick experiences.
Quick turnaround, because if you look at the things they're building, I mean, Iger himself, which I've been saying this for years, that Disney construction is 5+ years. Hollywood Reporter had an article talking about basically Disney and Universal, like all the money they're spending in the parks and all, basically Orlando theme park dominance and all that. They had a quote by Iger in there where he actually said theme park construction takes about 5 years at least.
Yeesh.
I had never heard anybody from Disney actually ever put an actual timeline on things. So that reinforces what I've been saying the whole time, which is the things that they're currently building, you're looking 2030 or so before these things are done. Maybe Animal Kingdom gets done a little earlier than, say, Frontierland stuff and what's going on in Hollywood Studios. But these things are going to be under construction for a long time.
Yeah.
And they're going to need things to try and bring people in. And I think they're seeing this summer what they currently had planned for this summer hasn't worked. See how it looks going toward the winter. But they're definitely looking for more things to bring in to be able to market to people, to bring them into the parks. And I think this is one that could work. And I think we may see more of these if they're able to have some areas where they could have these quick turnarounds and not just these. I think maybe the lesson they learned is shows and parades are not going to move the needle on attendance. Experiences do, things for people to actually check out and do, but not maybe those. So that may be the lesson they're taking from this. So, because this was very unexpected. Nobody was expecting to hear about this. This kind of came up, which kind of shows you they may be reacting to what they're seeing this summer already and trying to, be a little proactive and do some stuff for the next coming years. So, but yeah, hopefully I think that, and ideally they would like that to be done by next summer, if I were to guess, but they did not put a specific timeline on it. They just said 2026. So,
yep. They won't even start on it until September. So,
right.
Yep.
So,
it's true.
But yeah, so that's going on in Hollywood Studios. Then we have the Halloween Foodie Guide that has been released for Magic Kingdom, as it's almost August. So therefore it is Halloween season in Florida.
That's true. And this is for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party and Magic Kingdom. Most of the lists on Disney Parks blog that released this is for the party. Now, there are some items that can be just during the day or both. during the day and for the party, but most of them are just party items. And there's over 30 new items this year. Lots of creative items. I want to point out a couple that I noticed. So there is a pumpkin spiced coffee barbecue pork sandwich that's at the plaza. Would that be something you would like? Joffrey's pumpkin cream brulee coffee blend pork, barbecue sauce, cold brew barbecue sauce, pumpkin spiced aioli on a sweet potato bun. Is that weird? Or is that just kind of
I'm not
creative?
against the coffee rub pork, but what is weird to me is the pumpkin stuff in there.
Yeah.
That seemed
Not for you.
odd to me. But I've had coffee rubbed different like barbecues. They can be very good.
Yeah.
I just don't think it sounds good with pumpkin.
Okay.
But we'll see.
Fair enough.
I'll try it.
Over at Golden Oak Outpost, they have 3 new items. I tend to go over here. I like what they serve at Golden Oak Outpost, so it just kind of drew my eye. So they have a Cajun crawfish and sausage boutine, which is like poutine, but it's crawfish and andouille sausage gravy. Interesting. They have beignets from Beyond. These look good. Light, sweet, and fluffy beignets with powdered sugar and chocolate cookie crumbs served with cookies and cream cheese dipping sauce.
I mean, the cookies and cream dipping sauce is kind of genius.
Yeah, and like they're like purplish, which is kind of cool. And then a hot honey lemonade, which kind of sounds crazy weird. But yeah, there's new items at Pecos Bills. Sleepy Hollow has a creepy kimchi corn dog.
I think that one looks kind of strange. The one that actually kind of looks good, they have a pumpkin spice funnel cake sundae. That could be good. Not that I don't think a funnel cake needs anything else on top of it.
That's so good.
But that probably is pretty tasty.
Yeah.
A lot of sugars.
A lot of sugar.
Give you the sugar foot there. But
some slushies. There's a s'mores cup that's available at Columbia Harbor House.
they have a new spring roll you can check out. Spicy pork spring roll.
It's actually not new.
Oh, okay.
But it's only available during the party.
It's served with pineapple mustard.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I really would like to try that, but
is
I
pineapple
don't think we're
mustard a
going this
good thing?
I don't know. It's probably sweeter.
I've never even heard of that.
It's probably like sweet mustard,
I would assume.
I guess. What was the other one I was going to say? Pinocchio Village House.
Hoose.
They have a undead garlic parmesan chicken strips, which kind of sounded good. Garlic parmesan sauce, parmesan and parsley. They have a Captain Hook whoopie pie. You like whoopie pies?
What is a whoopie pie? Oh wait, I know a whoopie pie. That's probably pretty good. Yeah. I was thinking a whoopie cushion for a second.
Not a whoopie cushion. And then Be Our Guest and Cinderella's Royal Table will be open during the party. They have items there. What was the other new thing that... Oh, it was the Ursula cone. It's wild berry soft serve with candy coral and citrus cotton candy in a black vanilla cone. That's very Instagram worthy. I wonder if wild berry soft serve is good. I don't think I've ever had that.
All I know is when I see these like ice cream treats, how quickly they will melt.
Very, very quickly.
Although the thing I think that does sound the best out of anything on here is at Cosmic Rays. They have these sweet and spicy chicken strips. It says drizzled with Korean barbecue sauce and topped with black sesame seeds, fried garlic, and green onions. That looks pretty good.
How about the skull cake at the lunching pad? It's banana cake filled with dulce de leche.
I mean, I am interested in banana, so.
Or dulce de leche. Yeah, you do like banana. And then they have a Nightmare Before Christmas gravestone popcorn bucket. It's Jack Skellington sitting on top of it, and the popcorn comes out of the grave. That's weird.
It kind of looks like the popcorn's coming out of his butt.
It kind of does.
If we're being honest. It looks like Jack Skellington is sitting on the toilet.
Yep.
And popcorn is coming out of the toilet.
Yes.
It's a little unsettling.
It's weird. It's very weird.
I don't know if I'm on board with this one. But
I mean, I wouldn't get it anyway, just because NBC's not my thing. But and then a Christmas Mayor sipper from Nightmare Before Christmas as well. So, yeah, all this starts again August 15th is when the first party starts, and most of these items debut on that day as well. So we'll be there until October 31st.
Well, there we go.
We also have some merchandise for the party that we won't go into too much, but it's the same thing as always, like the spirit jerseys, t-shirts, pins, I didn't see any mouse ears. They haven't been doing that lately. Like ornaments and the lounge fly. I don't know, the lounge fly. It's like it's a lot. It's there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
So a lot going on with
and
it.
lounge flies are
Postcards.
always they're so confusing to me because they don't hold anything.
They're very small. This one is It's just a sphere, basically, or a cylinder, I guess. And it's if I had to guess, $100, easy.
Probably. Yeah.
That's kind of the going rate. But anyway, cute designs, I guess. But these are only available during the party. Last year, if you were in the parks at like 5:30 on a party day and you weren't going to the party, sometimes they were letting people buy party merchandise.
I would say typically they don't really turn down your money.
Right, because I think it's because the years prior they've had a lot of merchandise left over.
Yeah.
And they don't want to have a lot of it left over this time. But I don't know, they might do that again this year, who knows. So
yeah, I guess we will see. But,
yeah.
All right. Next news story we have is there's a new limited time offer for new annual pass holder purchases. You get a free gift card up to $100. So they ended the previous promotion they had where they had cut the down payment basically by $100. They made it like $99 for your down payment. That would make your monthly payments a little bit more expensive, but not as much down. They ended that, and now they have this new offer that includes up to $100 depending on which pass you get. If you're a new annual pass holder sign up, not if you were new.
Yeah, basically, if you get the top tier pass, which is Incredipass, you get a $100 gift card. Sorcerer gets a $75. Pirate gets a $50 gift card, and Pixie gets $25. So, little incentive.
I think they're clearly trying to find something that works to add to their pass holder count, which is very funny to me because it wasn't that long ago.
They weren't even selling
They
them.
wouldn't let you sell them or buy them. It was under Chapek whenever it was like only, I think it was like during September or November or something like that. But they would basically say like they were trying to create like artificial demand.
Yeah.
And then you just fast forward a few years later, and now they're trying to incentivize you by giving you gift cards to become an annual pass holder.
No, I remember it was like, I think it went on sale again in like November of 2021 or late October or something like that. They were on sale for like 3 weeks. They shut down sales and they didn't open them again until like the summer.
Yeah.
Remember how long that was?
I do.
Oh, it was crazy.
Yeah. You could renew them, but you couldn't get a new one.
Right. That was weird.
Oh, how tables turn.
Oh, how the turntables.
The turntables have turned. If you don't get that one, then we can't be friends.
I just realized I'm wearing a Prison Mike shirt.
Yeah, it's one of my that's
Michael
one of my
Scott
favorite
for you.
ones I've ever designed. I love doing Prison Mike shirts.
Absolutely.
It's versatile.
Yep.
And Prison Mike has some wisdom.
He does.
Listen, he served hard time. He knows how it goes in the clink.
Wow.
All right, and the last bit of news we have is there is a new breakfast buffet that is coming to France in Epcot for the Food and Wine Festival.
So beginning September 5th, for a limited time on Fridays and Saturdays, there will be a prepaid breakfast buffet called Le Petit Déjeuner Français at Chefs de France. That is exactly how you say it. I said it right.
I will never try to
That
pronounce
literally
that.
says French breakfast.
I'll tell you how you say this in the Midwest.
Le Petit Déjeuner.
You say Le Petit Déjeuner.
Yeah.
Francois. Who's Francois?
Yeah.
And what's this meal I'm going to?
Okay. This menu includes assorted French pastries, French baguettes, cheeses and charcuterie, smoked salmon, fresh fruit, juice, coffee, and unlimited mimosas. Unlimited mimosas.
I'm going to guess those aren't very strong mimosas.
You know what? I've never been there. I don't know. I can't tell you. The price will be $64.95 per person.
That's so expensive.
No, it gets better, and it's only between 9 a.m. to 10:30.
Wow.
Only an hour and a half, and on Friday and Saturdays during Food and Wine Festival. Okay, reservations open August 12th for this experience, and they offered this back in, I want to say it was 2019. And it was a similar version, but it was called the Parisian breakfast. And it had a lot of variety. Even had croque monsieur. They had those little sandwiches. And it was $45.
Well, you can pay
6 years ago.
$20 more now and get less food options. I will say the food
don't know.
options doesn't seem that. To me, the whole thing is basing it on unlimited mimosas.
I think you're correct. I think it's like, ooh, we are giving you an unlimited alcohol, so here's a little bit of food. I'm not saying like the baguettes wouldn't be delicious and the cheese and charcuterie. I'll think all this would be delicious. It's just if this is an experience for $65. So if you were a cheese connoisseur, if you were in very much like how we are not.
What are you talking about? Don't lump me in with you. I'm a super fancy cheese person.
No.
I see a charcuterie board, and I no way at all think that's just an adult version of Lunchables that you're double charging for because somehow
it looks pretty.
Somehow folded meats and cheeses have become the way of the fancy. I get how dare you say that I don't enjoy an overpriced board with various meats folded in different patterns.
How dare I? I'm so
I
off
want
base.
my food to look pretty.
No, you don't.
And listen, as a cultured man, I don't look at food as just a way to fuel my body. I need food to be an experience for me.
I really hope people know that you're being sarcastic.
I'm not being sarcastic. I'm being deadly serious right now.
He's still being sarcastic. So in case
my food needs to look French.
Still, okay. So nothing he said is true. From the time he started talking about how he feels about food.
How do you act like you've been married to me for 15 years as if you know me?
So while this experience sounds great,
does it?
It doesn't sound bad.
That's true. It doesn't sound bad.
But I guess it would just value there. Like, is the price per person, is the value there? Like, obviously it's subjective. I mean, like if you think it's a valuable experience, you can spend your money how you want. The availability is going to be very small, an hour and a half, 2 times
mind you, at
a week.
$64.95, I would assume you would get a character meal with this.
Right. Most character meals are like priced like that. Yeah.
Right.
This is not.
I think Disney is feeling out Epcot's high end with the GO82 lounge and the pricing there. I think they're really starting to try and feel like, okay, how much are these people willing to spend on food experiences at Epcot?
This is obvious a grab at adults because Whoa.
Kids love smoked salmon and charcuterie
and the
boards.
unlimited mimosas thing, like obviously this is a grab for adults. And so, yeah, like you were saying, the GO82 experience, I think we're going to see more adults only experiences popping up. Not that this is adults only, but this is, I would say, adults focused or projected.
I think that's probably pretty safe to say.
I don't know.
If I were to guess.
Yeah. But anyway, so August 12th, you can book this if you'd like. And as far as we know, it just goes on through Food and Wine. So then it'll be over.
I mean, people are known to get to Epcot very early.
It's true.
Let's be honest. Epcot's the teenager of the parks. It just opens late. It sleeps in. 11 o'clock.
Yeah, I mean, parks open at like 9 a.m., I think at the earliest. So it's like, hey, open, time to go eat. Immediately.
And get drunk.
Right.
On mimosas.
Heck yes. It's Food and Wine.
I don't think this is going to much do well for the reputation of many of the Epcot goers and having, drinking too much. Nothing like having some issues with bad guest behavior due to alcohol. Be like, how about you guys start off your day with unlimited amounts of it and then see how the rest of your day goes?
Here you go.
They may end this because they're like, we're finding people started their day off really hammered and they just continued throughout the rest of the day. And it's caused problems in the park.
Well, they used to have unlimited mimosas at breakfast at Steakhouse 71, and they don't do that anymore. So I think people are like, what?
A lot of places have done the mimosas, if we're talking unlimited, like that is one of the cheapest ways you can do bottomless alcohol.
Right.
Because you just slowly put in more orange juice than you do the champagne.
Okay, well, fair. I'm just saying, like, it was an option at Steakhouse 71, not too long ago, and now it's not. So it's like, hey, here it is again. Right here. Come adults, come over here.
Come over. Come get your mimosas. If you didn't want the mimosas, would it be cheaper sometime?
No. Jared, have you met Disney? Come on, man.
Well, I mean, I'm aware of them.
Come on. No.
I do have a picture with Josh Diamaro.
Yes, that's true.
Where it looks like we're best friends.
Well, it's like the dining plan. Like the dining plan comes with like adult beverage, but even for the kids. Like if you have a child that's like a 10-year-old child or that's an adult or whatever, it's still an alcoholic beverage that comes with it. They can't drink it. It's not cheaper.
How irresponsible of them.
You just can't drink it. Anyway.
True. All right, well, that's all we have for the news.
Mm-hmm.
So before we get to the best quiet places in Disney World, just remind everybody, if you are wanting some great theme park apparel or pop culture apparel, you should check out Capture the Magic Apparel, which is our apparel company. You might have guessed that from the name, but it is. We are confirming the rumors. It is our company, and we print everything in-house. We design it ourselves. We don't use third-party printers, so the prints are very high quality. Will last you for years to come on very comfortable shirts, whether you want full cotton, poly cotton blends, hoodies, T-shirts, tank tops, whatever you want. We can print them on there for you, and then Jamie will ship them out to you with much love and care. And for this month, for the rest of July, we'll just keep it even for August as well. Use the promo code BIRTHDAY. You'll get 20% off of your order. Plus, if you order $49 or more, you get free shipping on top of that. So you can get some good savings there over there. And just go to ctmapparelco.com is where you go check out all the shirts there. We have some brand new shirts in the shop. And then, of course, promo code is BIRTHDAY. Get yourself some savings. Get yourself some great shirts. And if you want to contribute to the show, that's one of the best ways you can do that is get a shirt or two. And I think you will enjoy your purchase. So you can check that out. So, again, ctmapparelco.com. And use the promo code BIRTHDAY to get 20% off of your order. All right, well, let's move on to the best quiet places in Walt Disney World. And you might be soothed right now. I don't know if you guys can hear the rain. It's pouring down rain right now. So I don't know if you guys can hear that. If so, this is just a relaxing segment of the show with natural ambiance of rain in the background. So
a little white noise of the raindrops.
Maybe if you're going to bed, you put this on. Maybe this is the thing we do from now on is put ambient, rain.
Oh my gosh, would that be weird or would that be cool?
Well, some shows do put like a low level like track on their shows. I've just never felt that's something I don't know if I dislike it. We just never have done it, but nature is providing it for us right now.
Nature.
Which I'm actually really happy about because this means it'll be a little bit cooler maybe after the rain comes in.
Okay.
Because it's been stupid hot in Florida.
So hot.
I had to go outside for 2 hours a day, and I had a fan blowing on me the entire time. It just felt like hot air being blown on me.
Yep.
It was not really refreshing.
Yep. I went to the pool with the kids, and it was toasty.
Yeah.
Toasty. I was like, I'll just lay out here. I lasted like 45 seconds. I was like, nope, I got to get in.
Yeah.
It's real hot.
Yeah. Well, see, I've been doing my workouts in the evenings because it's been so hot. And then last night my workout was interrupted because we live in Florida, and I was sitting there doing an exercise, and all of a sudden in my peripheral view, I see movement, and I'm thinking I'm going to spring into action. And it was a snake in the garage that got away from me, and I tore the entire garage apart at 11 o'clock at night trying to find this thing. I couldn't find it. It was a baby snake. It wasn't like a big snake, but... So I burnt down the garage. So
our garage is no more.
Going to start a garage fund. I feel like that was the best thing I could do was just burn it down.
Yep.
I'm assuming he was in there. Probably not. He's probably going to come back. So,
yeah.
That's how it's been going here. Okay.
Sad day for our garage. Yeah.
Yeah. It's fine. I saved the weight equipment though. Don't worry. The weight equipment was fine.
Don't worry. Yeah. I'm not worried.
We'll just leave it at that. All right. Let's get to the best quiet places. So let's start Magic Kingdom. What's the first one we have here, Jaime?
So this one until construction starts. Let's just say that. I was thinking about
You've got 2 weeks.
I was thinking about the dock with there's rocking chairs over by Big Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be a smoking area. It had some chairs and some places that were just kind of like off the beaten path kind of thing. And it was a nice place to sit, whenever the boats were going around. Now with the construction going to start, I don't know how nice that will be in a little bit, but right now it's fine.
Yeah, you got 2 weeks. It would be a really good touch. I understand, you can't smoke anymore in the parks.
Right.
But maybe we allow pipe smoking because there's nothing cooler than an old guy giving some wisdom sitting in a rocking chair smoking a pipe tobacco. Nobody's complaining about that.
Did you ever mention our neighbor over here that mows the lawn with a pipe?
He is the coolest old man ever.
He's a pipe in his mouth as he's moving on.
He's like awesome. He's the epitome of like awesome old guy in that
dude.
When you walk by, he'll stop mowing and wave to you and say, "Hey, how's it going?" He loves when the kids walk by. But when he mows his lawn, he's always got a pipe in his mouth just mowing that lawn. And I'm like, I want to be that guy when I grow up.
Or if they have a pipe lounge or something, they got to call it the Snarfblatt Lounge.
Excuse me?
You don't know what I'm talking about, do you?
Why would we call a classy lounge a snarfblatt?
Snarfblatt. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I apparently don't.
Okay, so Scuttle from Little Mermaid. He finds a pipe and he calls it a Snarfblatt. That's a way to like introduce, like get the whole Disney thing.
Not in Frontierland though.
Why not?
You can't put Little Mermaid in Frontierland. Well, you think? Well, actually, I say that they're putting cars in Frontierland.
Sure.
So sure, let's do. As long as we can have. I just want a group of like older guys smoking pipes, just sitting there like talking. Who's going to complain about that? And I say that, and there will be people that complain, and they should just be immediately kicked out of the park.
Okay.
If you're wondering how I would run the parks, they'd be a little bit different.
We're not wondering. We know how. We know.
Be awesome. All right, next one would be the Storybook Circus by the tent.
The big tent up there.
Although I would say not in the summertime.
So the shade is not the best over there, but it is pretty quiet most of the time. Well, the summer stuff, the cool kids summer stuff, like they've got those like acts, those juggling people and all those things going on over there. So it's probably a little bit louder, but like when it's not summer, and you know what I'm talking about, like over by work, like the train area behind Casey's Jr. Yeah, that's a good place. It's really nobody goes over there hardly ever.
It's true.
Good quiet place.
I would also say, I think it's closed right now, but it's not really quiet, but it is in the AC in the summer, which is the playground in there with the Dumbo ride.
It reopened not too long ago, but it's still not done. But yeah, it's not quiet, but it is AC.
So they reopened it, not done yet?
They reopened it and it wasn't finished.
Well, part of the play area now is, dodging and moving around the construction crews. It's just an
there
obstacle
is an
course.
area like on the thing where you can't go through the tunnels or the bridge or something. And I was like, okay, all right. But anyway. So
it is in the AC though.
It is in the AC.
So that is nice there.
Yes.
You also have the walkway between Storybook Circus and Tron.
Yeah. I think this is a good spot. You'll hear the Tron roller coaster go up, go over you occasionally, and then the train go by. But there's like the music's not super loud over here. You know what I'm talking about? Like when you go underneath Tron. Yeah, okay, yeah. I feel like that's a decent spot. There's not a lot of people that go that way.
True.
Those people, I think people know about it, but just people don't use it.
Yeah, I mean, really, yeah.
So anyway, I say that one.
What is the next one you have on the list?
Beyond the Ye Old Christmas Shop in Liberty Square. So they have that little pergola that's back there where like Santa Claus made sometimes over there. So that area has some spaces to eat, like some chairs and tables. And for the most part, it's a pretty not dead area, but not a lot of people walk through over there.
Yeah.
So
it can kind of be a little secluded.
It can be
sometimes.
a little bit quiet over there.
I would also say to the right of Space Mountain, kind of behind Rocket Tower, you can find a little space back there. That's where we used to take the kids to nap when they were in their strollers.
Yep.
That was kind of an area we would use in Magic Kingdom.
The only thing you'll hear is the occasional people mover narration.
Which is more soothing than
It's more soothing.
Yeah.
It's not really super loud. I mean, you can hear the music a little bit, but it is kind of quieter back there. So, I mean, there's bathrooms back there. There's, what used to be the old Skyway station. It's no longer that anymore. It's
right.
just,
Yeah.
But anyway, so I feel like that's a good spot.
That's a good spot. I mean, I don't know why we don't have the most relaxing spot is in Tomorrowland Speedway. I mean, that is the most.
Oh, gosh.
Just. What are you talking about?
That's all I hear.
You have the soothing sounds of go-karts and the smells of gasoline. Listen, I dare you to find a more relaxing place in any theme park.
Okay, Jared. That's all the places that we could come up with as far as like quiet. Magic Kingdom is big, but it's busy, so it's hard to find.
There's not a lot of
quiet, secluded
areas necessarily in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Tomorrowland Terrace, if their seating is ever open, that's a good place.
I mean, I normally would have said Rivers of America over there. Find a nice spot, but that is not going to be the case. So
Right.
that one is gone. That was one I used to
Right.
use a lot with the kids because you just walk around there and you got the water there. And although the steamboat, it would make a little noise. So that maybe not something you want to deal with. The kids are napping, but that was kind of a soothing area of the park. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Occasionally for rides or attractions that just aren't big draws, you might be able to like get some AC and not have a lot of people around you. But is it quiet? It depends. Like Hall of Presidents, when it's not summer, that theater doesn't really draw a lot of people every day.
True.
So I don't know if it'd be quiet.
A good nap spot is always Carousel of Progress.
Yeah.
AC spot, chill out a little bit.
Not quiet, but yeah.
It's not loud though. You have the show going on. Like, listen, I've slept through that show many times, so I don't have any problem. The noise doesn't bother me in there.
Okay.
If you're looking for a nice, relaxing place to just chill out and get some AC, that's not a bad one.
That's fair.
For sure. All right, let's move over to Epcot. And what's the first one we have at Epcot?
So, starting in Morocco, you have that. Well, honestly, there's a lot of places in Morocco you can go to where it's quiet. There's that Fez house where you walk in and it's got the really tall ceiling and it's like the mosaic tiles around. Mm-hmm. Like people go in and out of that, but like there's not going to be like 70,000 people in it. I mean, if you want quiet, go in there and you probably won't see anybody for at least like 15 minutes.
True.
It's true. But even back there by Restaurant Marrakesh and stuff, like, I mean, people do walk back there, but you can find some quiet spaces all around Morocco. So
yeah,
I
you
would say
got
that.
some secluded spots back there.
Yeah.
I'd say also the outside of the exit of the Living Seas.
Yeah, there's some benches back there. And occasionally I'm just like, oh, this could be a good spot to just get away from it all.
Yeah.
It's not much to it. You just got the doors open from the seas and you're just like, oh, we're outside. But like if you go to the left, you keep going. But if you go a little bit to the right, then you have a little quiet area, a little quiet space.
Quieter than other spots for sure.
Yeah.
What's the next one?
I was thinking about the jumping fountains. The fountains that jump over by the Pixar Short Film Festival at the exit.
Yeah, there's a spot. We used to go up there quite a bit when the kid. Yeah, that's a good little spot you can go to.
Backwards fountains.
Yep.
Yep.
I remember I sat there many times with our daughter and our son, just like letting them nap and just sit on the bench and just, yeah. And it's some umbrella shade over there, I think, too.
A little bit. That's the thing. I didn't say shade. I just said quiet.
Well, I think there is a little bit over there. But,
okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's a really good spot for a little quiet time. Because again, it's not, unless you have people coming out of the short film festival, you're not going to see many people at all.
True.
So
very true.
Yeah.
And then the other spot in Epcot that we have is the Katsura Grill outdoor seating area.
Yeah, this is the quick service in Japan. You kind of go up the stairs around the little garden area. There's seating back there, and at off times, like when it's not meal times, there's hardly anybody over there.
Yeah. Another spot too, I believe it's usually always open, but over there near America, if you're walking toward Germany, they have that little area where sometimes they'll have character meet and greets with like their people, their training people over there. You can kind of go down there, and there's not a lot of people over there. You can kind of sit on there's not a bench, but they have like a wall you can kind of sit on there. That's kind of secluded a little bit over there. Not as loud, like a nice place to just kind of, sometimes it's shaded. Depends on the time of day.
Yeah. Same thing with like China with the Zen, is it the Zen gardens that they have or whatever the walkway is outside. Sometimes Milan meets over there, but if there's no meet and greet, it's just people walking. Sometimes those are quiet areas you can go to.
Yeah. There's a lot of little places in Epcot, sometimes in the World Showcase, especially. You can kind of like Canada have some places you can go back in there. They're kind of quieter. So sometimes you explore the pavilions a little bit. You can find some little spaces, tucked away spaces in there.
Oh, Canada. The waterfall by Canada.
Yeah, I mentioned Canada.
Yeah. When you go upstairs. Well, right. They changed it to that DVC thing. So it's not as quiet as it once was. But if you got up there and there's nothing there, it was just overlooks the waterfall and it was beautiful.
You just got to fend off those DVC salesmen. Like, can I help you? No.
Like, I'm coming here to see the waterfall.
I'm here for peace and quiet, and you're bothering that. And like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's a lot of little places in there in like UK that have pockets of quiet places.
I think Epcot probably has the most potential of just finding little nooks and crannies. To kind of do that.
I'd say that.
What's interesting is, there's way more spaces at Epcot than Magic Kingdom for kind of like quiet spots.
Yes,
which you wouldn't assume that necessarily, but it is a park that you kind of find those.
Oh, I know one. The Figment bathrooms.
Yeah.
They're like, first of all, nobody uses them. Secondly, like there's a whole area back there where just nobody goes. Mm-hmm. It's just there's nothing there. There's not I think there's maybe like one bench.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's an open space that nobody goes anymore. I mean, they kind of utilize that area of the grass back there whenever it was during COVID times, and it was the distance meet and greets. So like Pooh was over there.
Mm-hmm.
So they used to use it more, but not hardly anymore. So anyway.
And Pooh never wore a mask.
He did not. No.
He didn't care. What a monster. All right, let's move over to Hollywood Studios. Not a ton in Hollywood Studios. You do have Launch Bay and that area right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you did have that underneath part as well outside of Launch Bay. You can it's in the shade over there to the side, kind of where the cast members would come in and out of their little area there. Mm-hmm. That has always been kind of a spot we would sit with the kids in the shade, let them take a nap. You can eat and drink something there and just kind of relax. I don't know if that will be there when it's done. Probably will, but while it's under construction, I don't believe that will be a very quiet spot. Mm-hmm. But it could be after the animation thing goes in there, though.
Yeah, and then also Tower of Terror exit, right behind that Joffrey stand. Mm-hmm. There's a little area where there's some seating back there, and it is shaded.
Yeah,
it is shaded area, and it is not as quiet as it used to be, but it is still there, and it is quieter. So I do recommend that to get away from the crowds. I try to think of more, but some of the quiet areas they've gotten rid of.
Yeah.
So like the Muppets area, I would have said
that used to be a great one.
I would have said upstairs at Pizza Rizzo. Mm-hmm. It was hard if it wasn't busy. There was a great place to go. I would have said over, in the backside of like where Mama Melrose is.
Yep.
That little area back there. I would have said like Toy Story. Not Toy Story. Yeah, Toy Story Land. There's really not anything over there, but like when you first walk in, there's that Pixar place.
Yeah.
Before the characters showed up, that was a great place to go. So it's like they're kind of utilizing the space better, which is a good thing, but it's harder to find quiet areas. I'd say maybe around Echo Lake, maybe.
Sometimes.
But they pick characters over there now.
Right. It just kind of depends. Like, used to be you could find more little quiet spot over there, but not as much now.
Yeah. So
I mean, I guess you could always sit outside of ABC Commissary. They have those outdoor tables there. You can always sit in some of those. Not really quiet necessarily, but at least you're sitting down. You're kind of in the shade there.
Yeah. Quiet's hard to find.
Quiet is hard to find in a theme park.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
But some of the best ones you will find are actually in Animal Kingdom, which we're going to talk about now.
This is true.
So the first one in Animal Kingdom would be Flame Tree Barbecue seating near the Discovery River. That is one of the best spots out of any of the parks.
I agree. If you can get a spot that's right by I think it's Discovery River. Yes. It's so pretty. Like you can see out. You can look at Expedition Everest. You can look at the arena, the Rivers of Life seating area. Like it's beautiful views, and usually there's not that many people over there.
Yeah. So, yeah, that might be the number one spot in all the parks. To
you
be
think
quite
so?
Honest. It's one of them, I think.
I also think I'll say the other side of Tree of Life. So a lot of people will you come into Animal Kingdom, go down and you see Tree of Life, take all your pictures, there's photo pass, blah, blah, blah. If you go like you're going toward Africa, right before you go onto the bridge into Africa, you go to the right and take that little trail there, you're going to see the other side of Tree of Life, and nobody goes back there.
It's very true. We've used that spot quite a bit.
Yes. That is a great place to go.
Yeah. That was maybe number 1 and number 2 of all the parks. You also have Rafiki's Planet Watch. It's not a bad area. It's kind of quiet. Not a lot of people go over there.
I know.
So
but that's like like takes a little bit to go from the train to like the area. There's so many little pockets here and there. You can just stop and just chill.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a bad spot there. You also have seating area across from Feathered Friends, kind of like a little. I've sat under there before and worked before because it's in the shade. Like especially if it's storming. Like I've been in there, just had my computer, got a coffee or something like that, and just sitting there working. Like it's kind of a nice little secluded spot where not a lot of people sit under there.
Well, it used to be the old dock to Discovery Boats attraction.
Right.
And the dock is no longer there, but like it's still there's still a ramp that goes to nothing, which is crazy.
True.
But anyway, so there's that, and there's
you do have a good
one.
view of the Tree of Life right there too.
Oh yeah, beautiful views. Not a lot of people go down there. You're right.
Yeah,
that's great. And then nature trails. There's so many trails in this park, and I would say the most popular one is probably Maharaja Trek.
The one we used to use all the time was at Gorilla Falls, where you could see the gorillas over there, and it was like super quiet back there. A lot of times, we would always take the kids back there to take a nap in the strollers back there.
Absolutely.
And you get to see sometimes cool views of the gorillas.
That's true.
And they're frightening. How strong they are.
And there's the trails there's a trail inside of Tree of Life, which right now, they're redoing the Bugs Life show. So there's really nothing down there to go to right now. But you can go around the tree still and find quiet areas. Same thing with the entrance in the park, that Oasis area. Still more trails over there. So yeah, there's a lot of quiet places here.
Yeah, there's a lot of spots, I think, Animal Kingdom where you can find little pockets more than other ones.
For
I'm trying to think, well, there's so many changes now. I mean, Dinoland USA never really had a ton, but especially right now, I don't know what it'll look like after it's done. But you can find some good little areas in Animal Kingdom for at least when our kids were taking naps in strollers, we'd find a ton of spots in Animal Kingdom. So that is definitely a place you can find some of those. And whether you're taking a nap or just getting some food and relaxing, it's a good park for that. And it's a good food park. It's just always so hot in Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
It's like built into a bowl, plus you have the trees that kind of keep all that heat in. It's just whether I can only imagine what Animal Kingdom would feel like during the heat advisory going on. So feels like up to 115 degrees this week. I feel like Animal Kingdom will feel like 125.
Yeah.
That park is just very warm, but lots of quiet areas. So,
True that.
Balance it out. And then some of the resorts, there are a few places. You do have Bell's Library in the Riviera. Yeah. So
this place actually has gotten more popular.
It's gotten a lot busier than it used to be.
But it used to be quiet.
Yeah.
I would say on off times when, it's like dinner time or whatever, maybe try it.
Early in the morning or late at night are going to be your best bets.
Yeah.
But it is kind of a nice little area if you're like going to just do some work or just you just want to relax and sit down and enjoy some food or drink. Like that's not a bad spot to do it.
Reading, yes.
Yeah, you could do that in a library, I guess. Yeah. You also have the Solarium at Beach Club.
We've stayed at Beach Club a couple times, and we've been over there many times. This place is never in use.
It's really not.
There's seating, there's a TV, there's activities and stuff for the kids. Like, it's basically the community room for DVC portion.
There's a pool table in there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff, and there's never anybody in there. So yeah, I picked this one specifically because I had been there a couple times, and I was just like, why does this not get utilized? So
not a lot. Although there's a lot of places in Beach Club, I think, where you can kind of find little nooks and crannies. I mean, the resort's more you can find little nooks and crannies in all sorts of places, but
and obviously we can't name all of them, all of the quiet places, but these are the ones we wanted to mention.
Yeah,
so.
My favorite one though is first off, I love Wilderness Lodge, but you've got all those little nooks and crannies up in the lobby when you go upstairs. Little like fireplaces or seating areas. Like
so many fireplaces.
There's tons of them. Like I just want to sit there. Like I want to go here in the winter, sit by a fireplace and just relax and just not do anything.
Well, you've got rocking chairs that look out into the pool area, like the backside of the thing. You've got that on multiple levels. Then you've got the fireplaces with the rocking chairs and the seating area on multiple levels. And you have just random, like to the side overlooking the lobby, just chairs. Like, and they're all just really good, and hardly anybody uses them.
more than there used to be.
Yeah.
But you can still.
We've said a lot this episode.
Well, I think a lot of the secret places have been found out over the years, but there's still quite a few of these. So if you're staying here or visiting, it's a great place to go check out.
Yep.
If you want to get away from some places. And then, of course, you have Fort Wilderness. Has tons of little areas all over the place.
Dude, that resort's just quiet. It's just quiet by default. There's no, loud music being played or whatever. There's construction going on right now, but if you're not near that, you won't hear it. But like when you're in the loops, like when we stayed at the cabin, if you're in the loops, it's very quiet. Mm-hmm. Everybody's got a golf cart, so nobody's really driving that much, and the golf carts are really quiet. So
I'd say for a long time, Fort Wilderness is a good staycation place.
It's a vibe. It's definitely a staycation place. For sure.
Not as convenient to go to the parks necessarily, but if you just want a place that is relaxed for a few days and do that, like Fort Wilderness, makes a lot of sense for that.
Yeah, it's a good one. And I was trying to think of other quiet places. I couldn't think of anything for the Polynesian.
There's really not any quiet places at the Polynesian anymore.
The beach when it's not fireworks.
I mean, you do have the hammocks out there and stuff like that, but
yeah.
Maybe. Depends on the crowds. And sometimes it can get really crowded, but you might be able to find some spots. But
yeah,
I think there's just so many more people at the Polynesian now that you have the tower there. You just have way more people at that resort than you used to.
Yeah, that's true. Port Orleans, Riverside, and French Quarter, they have all those like different walkways like between the buildings and between the two sides. So I'd say maybe the trails, the walkways. I
mean, Riverside probably has more. I think Riverside's real pretty in some of those areas of just walking around and kind of just like more peaceful, serene type of setting.
That's true.
Parts of Riverside remind me of like Augusta. Just looks really pretty. Mm-hmm. Just kind of take that in. But yeah, so that is our list of quiet places you can find on Disney property.
Yep, that's true. I mean, obviously there's probably more, especially in the resorts area, but we can't name them all. But these are the main ones that we thought of, the parks and stuff.
These are the ones that we have utilized before, for sure.
Yes. And as we said in the Universal episode, when we talked about the quiet places over at Universal, there's a lot of people out there that sometimes get overstimulated over everything about the parks, and they need a breather. They need a place to regulate and calm down and whatever. And these are good places to do that. So if this is you or someone hopefully this is helpful for your vacation.
And sometimes you just need to get away from other people.
That's true. It's true.
There's a lot of theme parks are very people-y. So sometimes you're just like
loud, lots of inputs.
Yeah, I just want to get away from some of these people and hear myself think for a while.
That's true.
Yeah. Everybody needs that from time to time, especially if they're there for like a week. Yeah, you got to find spots to just kind of chill out there. So
absolutely.
But if you're not going to go back to your hotel or anything like that, these can be some places that you could utilize on your next trip.
True.
Or if you got little ones that need naps, always, or yourself, you want to take a nap, always could do that.
Always.
Yeah, so you could do that. So, all right, well, that is going to do it for the show, though. Be sure to check us out on social media. We're at Captain Magic everywhere, including YouTube, where I do daily videos over there, and almost at 14,000 subs now. So it's growing very well. So you can go check that out at Captain Magic. And of course, you want video versions of this show at CTM Podcast on YouTube. We have full episodes and also show clips you can check out over there. And then we have some other shows on the network. Like I said, we have the CTM Universal show, where we had an episode come out on Monday. And we talked about some news and mysteries going on at Epic Universe of some construction elements that popped up. And, of course, we did the quiet places you can find at Universal Studios as well that partnered with this episode. And then Jamie has Trip Tales, which is her trip report show. And when's the next one there coming out?
Not for a couple of weeks. Just had one come out not this past Monday, but the one before that. If you would like to be a guest on a future Trip Tales episode, you can go to ctmtriptales.com, fill out the information about your trip, as much information as you can. If I'm interested in having you on the show, I will contact you.
There you go. And if you like what we do around here, want to help contribute to the show, help us keep the lights on, pay the internet bill, you can look at joining Club 32. The internet bill's always there, just every month. So that is our private group where we have some additional content. We have weekly live streams. We have the Clubhouse show. We have a private Facebook group. We have meetups twice a year. You get 25% year round off of CTM apparel and 1901 Candle Company products. And there's also a private podcast feed where we put all the content on there, plus music loops from the parks. I'm actually going to they just released the Celestial Park music tracks. I'm going to put that on the music feed there as well. So it's a great place. You can just find all the content there. The Facebook group's a good resource if you got some trips coming up or you got questions about certain things. It's a good group of people to ask because we'll respond and other people will respond. They go to the parks quite a bit. So it's going to be a good resource for that. And then on the live streams, we can talk. I mean, if you have questions about trips, we'll answer those or just random things. But it's a way that we can interact a bit more with everybody and just kind of be more, kind of like we had a quiet place. They're kind of a chill out place. Just relax and interact a bit more with everybody there. So if you want to go and join there, you can go to ctmvip.com. We have monthly or yearly options. And if you do the yearly, it's a little bit cheaper overall, and you also get a free t-shirt. So you get a little extra there on doing that. Or you can also do a free trial if you just want to try it out before you join to see if it's for you. You can do that as well. So again, if you want to go join there, ctmvip.com is where you go. And if you'd like to join, we'd love to have you. So, all right, well, that's going to be it for the show. So thank you, everybody, for listening and or watching. And thank you, Jamie, for joining us.
Thank you.
And as Jamie always likes to say,
we will see you in the parks.
Bye.